All right, guys, as I said in a previous video today, the one about Victor Osimhen, after a transfer window closes, like a few days after the window closes or like the following week or weeks, you often hear of failed attempts that Liverpool maybe tried to sign this player, that player. Doesn't mean it's true, but you know, from my experience, you do tend to see these things crop up like a week after or the first week after the window closed. Victor Osimhen was one, which I've just done a video about that. And this is another claim that claims, these are reports from Mexico claiming that Liverpool made an attempt to sign 23-year-old winger Chino Huerta from Pumas UNAM. His name, Chino Huerta, I did see it pop up during the transfer window. I don't think we touched on it. I don't think we did any videos on it. I think we maybe just mentioned it on the live stream. There are live streams on here today at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock this evening. Now, the Pumas president has confirmed Liverpool's interest. So he's not going to be telling porkies, in my opinion, whereas the Osimhen claims earlier, not so sure about that. But the president of the Pumas, Luis Raul Gonzalez Perez, said that the attempted signing by Liverpool fell through due to situations outside the English club. And he said as follows: it had nothing to do with the club or his intentions. On the contrary, they recognise the qualities, external circumstances of the teams that envisioned it could not be realised. So external circumstances, you know, things outside the English club prevented this from happening. I'm not sure what that means. Have you got any suggestions, guys, what that could mean? Does it just not mean that Liverpool went for Chiesa instead? I'm a little bit confused by that, what external circumstances could be. I don't know what that could be. External circumstances could be like, I don't know if it would apply in this situation, I'm not going to go into it, but like a work permit, couldn't it? It couldn't be funding because that's an internal issue of Liverpool. So I'm not really sure with that. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's something that's passed, but it might be something that you want to consider in the future. Now, this player, you know, he can play, I think he's primarily on the left. It says here, izquierdo, so that's going to be on the left. Derecho is right, so he can also play on the right. He can also play centro. I'm sure you understand that. But his priority position is the left wing, but it can be played anywhere, deployed anywhere across the front. And he's under contract until next year, so maybe that would have been, you know, an opportunistic attempt there. You know, maybe he's only got a year in his contract. Not sure what the fee would have been, but just in case you saw it mentioned during the transfer window, I saw it mentioned during the transfer window. You've now got his club president confirming that Liverpool did try to sign him. Didn't say they made an inquiry, but it sounds like Liverpool did. He's been capped 10 times by Mexico. I don't know much about him, if I'm completely honest with you, and I'm not going to, you know, go over too much time on that, because I think that, you know, the transfer window's closed, but I just think it was something I want you to bear in mind should you see his name come up in the future. All right. If you know anything about him, or if you saw things or you've seen things since, then by all means, do let us know. All right, guys. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, which basically means if you want to support me, there is a love heart under the video. If you don't see it, you can use alternative methods in the video description. You know, and you can also find my social media channels and my mailing list and the chat room, the podcast, etc., etc. And if you want to become a VIP member and make my day, make my day punk, to sound like Dirty Harry, then yeah, the link will be in the video description for that. I need to push the members website a bit for the rest of the season. Well, like I said, the rest of the season, it feels like the season's gone on forever because of the transfer window, but it's going to be a bit more chilled now. And obviously things die off into winter, and the members website makes it all possible. And I don't want to have to cut down on my output on here, you know, to focus a lot more over there. Not that there's anything that I'm not doing on there, you know what I mean? Like the members website is home, you know, and has been for a long time. It's a great members community. It's ad free. It's always been advertisement free. There's some very important people on there. but maybe, you know, I don't want to lose anybody. You know, we've lost a few this year, but not because of anything I've done. They're just saying that they've lost interest in football, Liverpool Football Club. And also, you know, some people lose their jobs and stuff like that, and they've got to prioritise. So I need to look after them folk, you know, make sure that I don't lose good people. So if you ever really want to help me out, you know, the VIP membership is something that I'm going to have to push a little bit in my videos, and I never do. But it's at the end of the videos, you know, I'm going to have to mention that as well, and hope that, you know, people support me. KopTalk's all I do, guys. You know, KopTalk's all I do. And it just gets me by. That's about it, and that's all I'm interested in, is getting by. All right, so there you go. Right, I'm gonna crack on. I've got a lot to do. I'll be live at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock today. All right, guys, hopefully I'll see you then.